we got here? Who's first? Oh my God, you guys have been going crazy in here. That's wild. Third to turn. I'll be turning this heater off here in a second. Once we get a few more people in here, it'll get much less loud. Here we get much less loud. Looks like I'm officially live according to YouTube. Heater's on because I need my windshield to defrost. I literally drove here. I put like a handprint. I think that's going to be enough. I put a handprint. Like use the heat from my hand to like smear the frost. Because I didn't have my scraper. I had to go to the other car to get my scraper and put it in here. I'm so unprepared. I'm such a bad prepper. All right, so let's go ahead and see who we got here. As usual, you guys know I have a short period of time to do these lives when I'm on the move, and so I have my notes. I even got some scribble stuff back there, but I do have my notes here. Plenty of stuff to talk about, so I am prepared. So Tina first. Dog and Ball Productions, number 2. And Jordan is third the turd. Where we at here? So good morning, Catitude and Princess Kickbutt. There are preppers. He's a prepper. She's a prepper. That dog's a prepper. That cat's a prepper. You're a prepper too. Hey, Tina. I'm sorry, Princess Kickbutt. Where are we at here? Sorry for the song. Something about Dr. Pepper came to mind. I got you. The girlfriend doesn't know it, but I know that she's buying a tactical harness for Prepper Cat because she's getting so fat since we moved into this apartment. She used to be like out in the woods, like we would open the door in the morning, and in the evening she would come back. And she was just like a rah. She's a predatory. Her breed still has hunting instincts in it, so she's slightly predatory. But anyway, so she's this docile fat cat, and when she runs down the hallway, you can see like her fat flying all over the place, side to side. So we're gonna be doing that, and I'm gonna start walking the cat. Let's see here. I love the prepper song. Good morning. Hey, Deborah, good to see you. Let's see here. Bradley, good morning. Good morning. While I roll around on my creeper. Gotcha. We got Tefels here. Good morning. Let's see here. Hicktown Honey, Eagle Lover, Colt, Gibbsby, West Virginia Pappy, Barry. Good morning. And Beecher, Deborah. Let's see here. He's on the move. Okay. So, like I said, I have a short period of time. Stupid news off the top of my head from this morning. El Presidente's son is supposed to report to Congress today for his closed-door hearing. The news is, did he show up? Did he not show up? Because he was supposed to be there half an hour ago, and then they moved it up to 1 minute ago, and now there's no telling. It sounds like he might be getting himself in a little bit of trouble, but I fully anticipate him to. If he doesn't show up, the argument will be we can't talk about that because of pending legal issues, a pending legal case, the whole DOJ bullshit that, there goes this live stream. Anyway, so, he's going to have some excuse whether he shows up or not. That's what it comes down to. I bet he skips out. I'm waiting for the letter. They say they haven't talked to his lawyers in 2-3 days, which makes no sense. So my guess is that they'll get some kind of statement on Twitter saying, from his lawyer that says that it's, due to pending legal issues, we can't comment on the pending current case. It would not be good for the client to do this, that, and the other thing. If he skips out, that's exactly what'll happen. All right, so can't wait for the perp walk. Love it. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. I have 24 minutes and 26 seconds. All right, so this one is titled, well, we didn't see that one coming. You guys are going to love this one. This one is going to, get your day going. Reducing fossil fuels is the way to stop climate change, right? Maybe not. After the COP28 climate conference in Dubai last week, a new resolution removes the plan to reduce fossil fuels. Oh my God! It's like someone had a little dose of common sense kicked in. That they must be taking their common sense drops every day. Could that be because there's no research that shows that reducing fossil fuels will have the desired effect on reducing greenhouse gas emissions? Yeah. In a video conference leading up to the COP28, the United Arab Emirates Sultan Al-Jaber said that the phase out of coal, oil, or gas would take the world back into caves, and asked for actual data showing that this would solve greenhouse gas emission. He did not get a straight answer, but he did get a lecture from a former Irish president, Mary Robinson. This is what these people are good at, lecturing people. That's what they do. This is because most serious researchers know that increasing prosperity and quality of life in developed nations is what actually lowers emissions. The United States and Europe both saw emissions peak due to the use of affordable energy, and China says it too has peaked, and none of those countries reduced oil or gas to achieve this. The new COP28 document does not mandate a reduction of fossil fuels, but softens the language in a plan to reduce consumption and production of fossil fuels in just orderly and equitable manner so as to achieve net zero carbon emissions by/before or around 2050 in keeping with the science. The EU is threatening to leave COP28 because of this. Oh no! Yeah, you just gotta love when someone says, listen, I'm picking up what you're laying down, man. I truly am. I think we need to make the world a better place. But listen, before we do anything drastic, I would just like a little proof, just a little bit of data, just a little proof that says that if we do this, things will get better. And if you do that, well, we can move forward. So apparently the United Arab Emirates just laid down the gauntlet, and now everybody is screaming bloody murder because how dare you come to COP28? How dare you come to, what's COP28 titled? What are we at here? The climate conference. And then they did it in Dubai. So that probably pissed off 1,000 people because they thought they were safe there. They couldn't do it in the European Union. They couldn't do it in Eastern Europe. They couldn't do it in the United States. So it's like, we'll go to Dubai and it'll be our safe space to talk about the things, how we want to change the world to make it a better place. And then somebody came along and said, how about a little proof? Oh my God. It's so funny. If you guys think that's funny, do me a favor, put a 1 in the comment. That'll get my chat ratio up, and we'll draw a few more people in here. All right, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee, and we're gonna talk more about what that thumbnail was about, guys. It was difficult to find the appropriate image for this particular subject that we're going to be covering today. As usual, they're constantly trying to control what we see because they think that we're these stupid animals that don't have any common sense. And I hate to say it, but there are people out there that are exactly like that. They're exactly like that. And they're like, I just watch this screen. I like, swipe right, me no like, swipe left, me like, watch. That's what they think people are like. And it's so ignorant. It's so arrogant, and I hate to say this because, if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know what people are capable of. But at some point, there are certain people in the world who just get on their little podiums and say the dumbest things. And these are the people that just the whole problem could be fixed with a quick punch to the face. If you agree with what I just said, type the number 2. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next one. Sticking to the theme of the thumbnail. Everyone hit like also to boost the video. Thank you very much, Deborah. I appreciate that. There are 22 in here and only 11 likes, but I don't believe that. I believe that YouTube is constantly keeping us down. I showed you guys a video about that. All right, so this one's titled excuse me, just sinuses, guys. I know I ain't got the thing. China's cyber army is invading critical U.S. services. This article is from 2 days ago. It's not something from the past. The Chinese military is ramping up its ability to disrupt key American infrastructure, including power and water and utilities, as well as communications and transportation services. According to U.S. officials and industry security officials, quote, it is very clear that Chinese attempts to compromise critical infrastructure are in part to pre-position themselves to be able to disrupt or destroy that critical infrastructure in the event of a conflict, to either prevent the United States from being able to project power into Asia, or to cause societal chaos. Woo, chaos. Societal chaos. Where's that at? Societal chaos inside the United States, to affect our decision-making around a crisis, said Brandon Wales, Executive Director of the Department of Homeland Security's Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA. Quote, this is a significant change from Chinese cyber activity from 7 to 10 years ago that was focused primarily on political and economic espionage. China controls over 95% of our generic medication supply, either directly or through reliance on critical ingredients. This is a national security risk with no immediate solution. While we don't have influence over international affairs, what we can do is prepare our families. At the bare minimum, have a 72-hour kit ready for each member of your family. Food, water, clothing, emergency supplies, and of course, your emergency medications. Guys. I can't stress it enough. I cannot stress it enough. The Chinese have positioned themselves so that they can react. They can the purpose of their cyber intrusions into our infrastructure is to, unfortunately, prepare for an imminent attack. So that they can literally go to their cybersecurity guys and say, guys, have we got our fingers and everything? Okay. Push the button. Let's pull the strings. We got shit to do. That's how they plan to do this stuff. Okay. All right. What do we got here? Hey, look. Hey, like a show that just came out. Yeah, exactly, Jordan. That's hilarious. John Tiga. Could this be another look at the balloon narrative? I don't know. I don't think so. I think we're kind of reaching on that because we don't really have control. We didn't really have control of the whole look at the balloon narrative. And if you guys didn't know what he's talking about, he's saying basically it's a distraction. But the reality is that they have been doing this. They are attacking our infrastructure. We are at war with them, whether anybody wants to say the word or not. This is, guys, listen. If you've ever played chess in your life, okay, that's all this is. This is a global chess match where they're positioning all of their pieces so that when they make their move, it can't be stopped. Logical? I hope so, because that's what's actually happening. Let's see here. Since we were just talking about that, let's go ahead and we're going to jump to 3. I was going to do this one at the end, but we're going to jump to 3. We have 15 minutes and 22 seconds left. Pharmageddon hits U.S. with walkouts at multiple pharmacies, including CVS and Walgreens. If you guys didn't know about this, this happened last week. Pharmacists from CVS and Walgreens initiated walkouts over concerns about staffing and patient safety. Let's see. Around this time last year, medication shortages began, notably in pediatric dosages. As winter approaches, we anticipate a renewed surge in demand for acute care medications. The healthcare supply chain remains a complex and ever-evolving landscape. To best prepare yourself or your loved ones in the volatile environment, we're recommending equipping your home with a medical kit. These kits provide essential medications and supplies for urgent care scenarios when immediate healthcare access may be compromised. Guys, it's no joke. It's no joke. This is just another one of those little phases. This is another cog in the wheel of things that they're trying to do to us that we definitely need to prepare for. Like yesterday when I was reading to you guys that quote I took a screenshot of it and everything. I'm really doing some deep thinking about it. It's like, the power went out and the food supply stopped and people showed up at your door, and that hasn't happened yet. Why? Because it hasn't happened yet. But think of that from the position of medical. You know what I'm saying? If you guys, I'm lucky enough that the only thing that and I don't even really need it, but it helps me is just freaking allergy pills. You know, I've got allergies. As I got older, they got worse, and that's just the way it is. But I've already got a stockpile those, so I'm not worried about those. Those are over the counter, and I just keep stockpiling them. They're going to be fine. But guys, for those of you out there that actually have like medical requirements, like these medications that you must have to live, guys, I recommend that you go to Jace Medical. Okay, and I tell you that because they give you the most medication for the amount of money that they ask for. It's that easy. If you're interested, there's a link in the bio. I think I can save you like 10% or something like that. I hate saying that. There's a link in the description. There's a link in my description. You can go to localprepper.net. You'll find that under trusted products. You could go to my link tree. You'll find it there. But go and look at that. Take a real serious look at that, because it's more than just antibiotics now. They have lots of medications that you can purchase, and in bulk, like 3 months worth, that kind of thing. So go ahead and take a look at that and go for that. I'm going to check, let me check the chat here. Where are we at here? Of course, Jordan, you had to take a number 3. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that on TV. Let's see here. Like we can see through. Andy showed. Hey, Andy, good to go. Let's see here. Patient safety. Our medical system, including pharma, is far from safe. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Catatu says we secretly vote. We secretly voting on something 4, maybe 5. No, I'm not sure. No, we're not secretly voting on anything. Morning is all late. Bob, you're not late. You're fine, bro. You got 11 minutes, 51 seconds of the stream left. I thought we were saying what number headline we were on. No. Well, that was supposed to be number 5, but I moved it up to number 3 because I thought it was that it dovetailed well from the last story. Let's see. Kentucky Goatman, no notification again. Good morning. Well, check your notifications, dude. Turn it on. Subscribe. Unsubscribe. Subscribe. You know, do that to where it says it's subscribed, and then check your notification to make sure you got the little bell with the thingy on the side for all notifications. And this is where he's typing. I did that. If the algorithm's going to play with you, then you should play with the algorithm. Okay, let's see here. We're going to go to this one. Al Gore warns people having access to non-mainstream information threatens democracy. If you guys haven't heard about this, this is a push. This is a push that is happening in the UN. It's happening in the WHO. It's happening inside the World Economic Forum. It's happening in the European Union. It is happening everywhere where the people that want to control you don't want you to get information from other sources. And they're really pissed. They're really pissed because if you guys, you know, it's like I used to use Direct TV. It's like an app, okay, but you can watch TV anywhere basically. Now I moved off of that because the prices went up, so now I'm on Sling, okay? And on Sling they have something called Free Live TV. And if you go to the Free Live TV portion of that app, OAN, all these conservative live news media stations are emerging, and they don't like it because there's actually more of them than there are of the mainstream media now, if you guys haven't figured that one out. So I don't know how that's all working out in your world, but you know, I like to watch a little bit of the bad guys news just to see what they're talking about it, and it's almost always Orange Man bad. You know, it's become that ridiculous. But the reality is that they don't want you to have access to the things that you're seeing, because you know if we weren't able to tell you the things that we thought or we know, then all you would ever hear is what they tell you, which is exactly what they want. They want to control the narrative, you know. They played OAN on AFN. Crazy. Wow, I didn't know that. That's kind of mind-blowing. That's good. All right, so Al Gore says that people and hold on a second, guys. All right, we're good. Grandma's sick. she's like just all like mucusy and stuff. So I have to kind of pay attention. What we got here? Al Gore says that people having access to information outside of mainstream media sources is a threat to democracy, and that the social media algorithms ought to be banned. Ought to be banned. Not controlled like we talked about yesterday. Not governance like we talked about yesterday. Okay? Banned. That's what they want. They don't want you to get this information anymore. I also see there's 29 people in here and only 19 thumbs up. So do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. It does help the channel. Gore made the comments during an appearance at COP28. Oh, climate change hysteria conference in Dubai. Oh my God. Another COP28 guy, right? Isn't that special? All the crazy people showed up in one spot. It's always special when that happens, right? Gore whined that social media had disrupted the balance that used to exist that made representative democracy work much better. Yeah, it's been disrupted that you don't have an alternate opinion so that people can form their own ideas. The former vice president said that functioning democracy relied on a shared base of knowledge that serves as a basis for reasoning together collectively. Come on, guys, super seriously. Man Bear Pig is a real thing, guys. Come on. But that social media that is dominated by algorithms upsets the balance. If you didn't notice, like when I'm doing quotes, I'm like, ha ha. All right, according to Gore, people are being pulled down rabbit holes by algorithms that are the digital equivalent of AR-15s that ought to be banned. They really ought to be banned. These are his words. These are his words. The digital equivalent of AR-15s. They ought to be banned. They really ought to be banned. End quote. Exclamation point. Hey, Southern Tier Prepper. Good to see you. Good to see you, Loretta. Yeah, like whenever I think of Al Gore, I think of the movie and I think of his like, we're all going to drown under the Arctic water in 2020. And yeah, that didn't happen. And then Man Bear Pig. If you didn't know what that is, look it up. It's hilarious. Let's see. Gore claimed it's an abuse of the public forum. and that people are being sucked into echo chambers. You can't make this shit up. These are the guy's actual words. Let's see here. If you spend too much time in the echo chamber, what's weaponized is another form of AI, not artificial intelligence, artificial insanity. I'm serious. He actually says, I'm serious. That's super ethereal. He added. Apparently, the only echo chamber that should be allowed to exist in Gore's own rabbit hole, whether the Earth is constantly on the brink of destruction thanks to people not obeying his technocratic mandates. Perhaps Gore is unhappy at his own misinformation being fact-checked by individuals who have access to information not produced by corporate media sources that are friendly to him. Gore infamously predicted that the North Pole ice cap would be ice fire within 5 to 7 years. It never happened. As Thomas Cortenici documents, Gore has a storied history of making climate change predictions that turn out to be spectacularly wrong. Gotta love it, guys. You gotta love it. Gotta love it. I don't even know what to say. It's so crazy. It's so absolutely crazy. All right, so we got 4 minutes and 30 seconds before I got to kill this. So I gave you guys a half an hour, and we're good. So let's go ahead and move on to the last one here. This one's interesting. It's short, sweet, and to the point, but it's very interesting. Could 2024 election cause society to collapse? Some preppers think so, and they're ready. Most Americans preparing for disaster ahead of election in the past 12 months. 39% of millennials and 40% of Gen Zers reported having spent money on prepping. Woo! Okay, millennials and Gen Zers? That's interesting. Which has collected similar data since at least 2017. Overall, almost 30% of Americans surveyed reported taking some steps toward emergency preparedness last year. up from 25% in 2017. On the left, you have people afraid Trump's going to declare himself dictator of the United States, and people on the left are going to end up as targets in some sort of authoritarian system, said prepping expert. On the right side, it's general malaise and a fear of society unraveling. They point to these smash and grab robberies, riots, and protests. All right, so if you guys think that the United States could collapse during the 2024 elections, put a 1 for yes and put a 2 for no. I personally don't think that would actually happen. Canada has banned plastic bags. Alan, get in your van and drive south, my friend. Yeah, but they prep face masks and sunscreen. 1.5. 1. Yeah, I don't think that will actually happen. I think that I hate to say this, but I think there could be some kind of political coup. Okay. I think that we have enough people within the halls of Congress that might just start going door to door and punching people in the face. I don't know. It's just a thought. I don't know if it's even possible. I don't even know where it would lead, but I know that it wouldn't be a bunch of sheeple going, well, we're just going to accept it. It's the diplomatic way. We have to accept the results, because there's just no way. The buildup has been 3 years. The buildup will be a 4-year process, and it's still funny that we have people on the right that believe that someone other than Trump is going to be our president, and it's just kind of mind-blowing from the left's perspective. I think they've pretty much figured out that the octogenarian that they put in the White House is he's losing his damn mind. I mean, I don't like talking bad about old people, but I mean, come the hell on. And apparently he's getting worse, and he's getting madder and madder and madder every time somebody brings up his son, his criminal son. And I don't think it's to protect himself. I think that's just his fatherly instinct. Nobody likes people messing with their kids, but I have one of my 6 kids. I call him the felon because he did some crazy stuff, and he spent some time in prison, and he's now still running around probably doing nefarious crap, because people are who people are, and they can change if they want to, but most of them don't. So, I think that's going to be about it. I've got 24 seconds on the clock. I hope you guys had a civil unrest, if you will. Jordan, that's absolutely right. So, but we're already at the point of civil unrest. We're already there. It's just a matter of people doing something about it. And I think that, I still think that there's for lack of better words, a democratic way to do it. All right, you guys hear the timer. It's time to go. If you like what I'm doing, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. If you want to support the channel, there are links below. Go find them. It really does help. Until the next time, stay safe, have a great day, and I shall see you when I see you. And I will be back on Rumble tomorrow for those of you that showed up here. Thank you, and bye-bye. Got to push some buttons. Got to turn that racket off. We'll talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.